Hey, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Mental Game Podcast. This is episode 5. I got my brother here, my day one homie, Vishal. Say what's up.
Yo, what's up, guys?
So, this podcast was going to be a little bit off topic. I wanted to talk more about life stuff and mentality stuff. Yeah, it kind of relates to basketball, but not really. So, even if you're not a huge basketball fan, you should enjoy this one. So, I wanted to ask you, what did you do to stay motivated during quarantine as this time is sort of coming to an end?
Well, like many of you guys know, I do make music. I feel like one of the main things you can do, to stay motivated no matter what, is just to have a vision in your mind of what you want to be, right? So if you keep reminding yourself of that vision, or you like write your goal down somewhere and you like remind yourself constantly, then it's really easy to not lose track of yourself. So I feel like the best way is to just keep reminding yourself of your goals and what you want to do.
I think that's a great way to put it. I think that a lot of problem people have is that they don't know what they want. They don't know what their goals
Hmm.
are.
Yeah.
So they're pretty much just floating around following other people. But now in
Hmm.
quarantine, there was no time to follow other people. So I feel
Yeah.
like this is where people who are really dedicated to their craft and whatever they do really were able to separate themselves.
Yeah, 100%. Like, I know a lot of my friends where they're kind of in the boat, as you mentioned, and they kind of come to me and they're like, dude, it's like, bro, every day is such a routine. Or like, I don't even know what I'm gonna be doing. Like, that's just, that just means, you don't know what you're gonna do. So, um, it's like you just gotta have that vision and that tunnel vision. Be like, okay, I'm gonna do this no matter what, and no matter what happens, I'm gonna keep going. So I feel like that I mean, some people have said that I'm delusional, but no, that's just being confident. So there's a difference between being delusional and being just confident in yourself.
What would you describe as delusional? And why would you think people say that about you?
Well, so delusional, I feel like is something that is kind of impossible, like I
Hmm.
can't really think of an example, but like let's say you're, in college, right? It's like your senior year of college, and it's like, oh, okay, yeah, I want to go to the NBA right now. I mean, it is possible, but there's like, what really are the chances? You have not played basketball in high school, no basketball experience in college. How are you able to sign to an NBA? So like, that's kind of delusional, but for me, I mean, I got all the time in the world, bro. It's like I started making music like I
About a
think
year ago.
yeah, about a year ago, September of like 2019. And yeah, I can admit my music was really bad, and I didn't really have people tell me that. So I kind of learned it the hard way. It's like, okay,
Hey, I was honest with you.
yeah, you were you were, but
You didn't like it,
yeah,
but
I was hurt, but it's like, okay, I took that and I was like, okay, how can I make myself better? I'm still not at the point where I want to be, but I do see progress 100%. I really do.
I don't know a lot about the music industry, so I wouldn't necessarily know how to improve. But the number
Yeah.
one thing I told you is go to someone who does. So the thing that really sent me to the next level, at least in basketball, I have a long way to go too, but I'm extremely proud of the steps I've made. But I'm saying, like, the thing that really made me a college player is getting guidance from someone who been there, done that. So my trainer really helped me take my game to the next level. And I don't know what exactly that'd be for music, as if that's exposure, helping you with making the actual music sound
Yeah.
better, editing. I don't know what it's like because I'm not part of that industry, but I'm sure there are steps you can take to get in contact with someone who is able to help you.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, like you said, it is different, but it's not as simple as just hitting somebody up, because if you're in the music industry, it's like you're very limited on what you can do. You cannot, like, let's say you're signed to a label, right? You can't, just reach out to any unsigned artist and just be like, okay, you can't just tell the label, okay, I want this guy signed because, I think he's good. No, it's like you have to market yourself so the label can see you, and then that's how you form your connections. It's like the music industry, it's all about money, man. So it's like you gotta market yourself. You have to market yourself. And people say that the artists themselves, they are a business. It's not like they're just free. Oh man, I'm living my life. No, the artists, they're a business. So the record label can be like, okay, you're not part of this anymore, or they can be like, okay, we're gonna give you more money for this, blah blah blah. It's all a business. So number one thing in the music industry is just marketing, 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 marketing. That's super important as an unsigned artist, and I'm just trying to get my music to the point where I can be like, okay, this is something I can market. This is something that can work. I'm just gonna keep going until I find that one song, man.
Yeah, that sounds good. I mean, hey, you got a vision, so now you just got to follow it. What
Hmm.
I'm trying to get at here is if someone doesn't have a vision, like if someone doesn't have a specific goal of where they want to get to, it's not a bad thing. I mean, I've never been in a situation where I didn't know what I wanted to do. I mean, as I got older, I was realizing, well, I'm only 6 foot tall and I'm not the most athletic. So playing in the NBA is a long shot. And that was around freshman year of high school where I realized that.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that you cannot reach a high level. I mean, I worked my butt off in the gym. I mean, every coach I played for ever told me I'm the hardest worker they've ever had. I'm not going to dive into that, but if you know, you know. And yeah, I mean, it's about, in the beginning, I just worked hard, but I didn't know what to do. After I got the guidance, bam, I got my stuff right. Now I'm playing in college. I mean, like playing in college was a dream to me. So when you reach that goal, you reach a part of your goal. I mean, the ultimate goal is obviously to play the highest level. But when you reach one of those goals, it's kind of a weird feeling. That's the first time I've ever done that.
Yeah.
So it's a weird feeling because you're like, I mean, that's it. You're kind of like, I
Hmm.
mean, you kind of don't know where to go to. So it's kind of like at some point it's, I don't really know how to explain it,
You could
but
say
you
it's
need.
surreal. It's kind of surreal at that moment, but then you kind of later on realize, okay, I made
Okay,
it
yeah, I want
here.
to go farther.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you gotta stay hungry. You can't just settle unless you're
Hmm.
okay with being average, which I'm not.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing here is that this quarantine time in the beginning really annoyed me because I mean, I like to think I'm pretty social and I was not able to hang out with you or any of our other
Yeah.
friends. But what ended up happening is that, yeah, it distanced me from people, but it gave me so much time to recover and work on my craft. Like I was already training a lot, but like I was training like 3 hours a day, but I bumped that like to like five and like able to recover in between and like doing like different sessions, like doing ladder that day. The next day, I'll do like defensive drills. Then the next day, I mean I do shooting every day, but then you live, then I mean just a bunch of stuff like being and every day, like in the beginning it's really easy to push yourself. In my opinion, every time you start something, it's the easiest curve because you're like so excited. But
Hmm.
but imagine doing it for a month, 2 months, a year. Every day you're like, I don't want to do this, especially when you don't have the immediate result right away.
Yes.
So that is the hardest part. So
Yeah.
what I just kept telling myself is one more day, one more day, one more day. So I just think in terms of short term. I mean, I just that's my solution to people who are not able to motivate themselves. Think in short term. Every day, try to demand the most out of yourself that you possibly can. And then the next day, do it again, do it again, do it again. Before you
Yeah.
know, you have arrived to a certain point. And
Yeah, it's like you can set, small goals to yourself too. It's like you can, like, for example, for my music, like let's say I drop a song that's like, kind of slow. I want to be like, okay, I'm writing this song, right? I'm gonna try to get this verse way faster. okay, so practice that for one day. Man, it's so sloppy, blah, blah, blah. Okay, next day, practice it. Okay, it's coming along. And then the day after, be like, okay, so from where I started, this is so much better. And then you're at a point where like, okay, I can record this and I can actually put it out. So it's like, it's just, it's like what you said, you can just set small goals to yourself so it doesn't feel like you're so far away. I feel like that's the best way to approach it, in my opinion.
I think the problem a lot of people have is that they think that greatness, whatever, however you view greatness as, or success, can be gained immediately or can be gained in a short amount of time. And that is something I've never understood because I don't know, just the way my dad and my mom just raised me was work, work, and
Hmm.
work. There's just the culture in my family. So seeing seeing people like I literally remember my freshman year, like I always thought I was a little different thinking this way. But like my freshman year, like I was playing on the freshman team.
Yeah.
And if you don't know, that's the C team. And then I wasn't even like a star on that. I was just another average player. And if you told my coach back then that I'm going to be the only kid from my class to play college ball, he'd laugh at you. But that's what ended up happening. I mean, kids who played varsity and JV, or like even one of my best friends, like people just end up falling out over time. It's about how much you love something, about how much you want something, so you got to see it long term and then chase those little goals in between.
Yes, yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, I agree.
I wanted to take this to a different area and ask you, what do you think, what do you think someone needs to do in order to find their passion? Because there's a lot of people that are not, that they'll tell you that they don't know what their passion is and they just can't find it. I've never had that problem, but I know a lot of people who have. Like even my dad told me, like my dad
Hmm.
does an incredible job at his job, but he doesn't have something he loves the way I love basketball or you love music. So what do people need to do to find that passion?
So, okay, so personally, I was in that spot when I was like beginning of high school, right? When the teachers ask you, "Oh, what do you want to be when you grow up?" I always used to say, "I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know." So it's like I feel like you have to explore new things, right? You should do things that are fun to you, right? And then you should be like, "Okay, is this something I can do?" Because there's a million ways to make money in this generation. There's a million ways to make money. So it's like if you're good at art, you could start, you start making TikToks, grow your art. Or if you love gaming, you see yourself, that's like the only thing you like doing in your life. You don't want to do nothing but just play video games. And yeah, you could start streaming, just going super hard at it. Or it's like you just have to keep doing things until you find something like, okay, this is something that I see myself doing for years and not getting bored. This is something I see myself, becoming. You get what I'm saying?
I'm not, I 100% agree, but I don't think it's not about getting bored, because I feel like at everything you do, you're gonna kind of get quote unquote bored at some point. I think it's more about loving it so much that even in those
Yeah.
areas it's getting bored, you can see past it, because everything at some point is going to be boring. There's a boring part to everything.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah. But then again, it's like for me, whenever I feel like, demotivated, it's like this song's not coming out well, I always think of myself standing in front of a crowd with thousands of people just going crazy. That is what just gets me going every single time, bro. Just me standing in front of that crowd, bro. That shit gives me goosebumps. Like that from that the first time I felt that, that's when I know, okay, yeah, this is what I'm gonna be, and I'm never gonna stop until I get this. So it's like you will know, but it's just about, I guess just finding things. I don't
I
know. I don't
feel
know. I
the
don't know how to
same
say it.
exact way about basketball, but for me, that makes me so excited that I can't focus. I don't know. That's just me. So
Yeah.
what I usually do if I'm trying to get in my zone, and I do this often, and I don't know if I've ever told anyone about this. Well, I've been doubted a lot over the years, And if you're close to me, you know that. What people don't know is that I keep track of everything everyone told me.
Yeah.
Um, and I remember all of it. Like I've sort of a photographic memory. I remember all of it. Like the exact situation. I just replayed in my head. I remember them telling me I'm not good enough, that I can't do this. And then I just want to like show them that they're wrong. I just want to show them that they're wrong. And the satisfaction of proving someone wrong is incredible. I've experienced this before on a smaller level, but
Yeah.
man, it's unbelievable. So just that really makes helps me push myself every day when I'm in the gym and I can't get myself going.
Yeah, another thing is that for people that are watching this, if you guys don't know about, what you're gonna do, don't think, I mean, yeah, proving somebody wrong is great, but you got to remember that you're doing this for yourself, right? You cannot
Oh
you
yeah.
can't do something just to prove somebody wrong, right? So
No,
it's
don't
like,
do
yeah,
something
yeah,
to
yeah.
prove somebody wrong, but use it as motivation.
Use it as motivation to go after your dream. Yeah, that's yeah, yeah, yeah.
But for example, like if Vishal told me I can't beat him in Madden, but I don't care that much about video games, I'm not gonna sit there and play Madden for 20 days straight until I can beat him. But if
Yeah.
someone told me that I'm not going to be able to play at the college level and he was my coach and I loved basketball, I'd work harder just to show him that he's going to be wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I got, man. I mean, thank you for coming on. This was really fun.
Yeah, bro. I'm totally down to this. Another time, just let me know.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.